They're used for parties and big get-togethers. They're polling stations during elections and in more recent times, makeshift vaccination centres. Village and community halls are at the heart of where we live, and they have their very own week dedicated to them, Monday, January the 24th to Sunday the 30th of January. Well, I've been having a chat with Barbara Pond from Gloucestershire Rural Community Council about the role these spaces serve in Gloucestershire communities and Village Hall Week.
Yes, so Village Hall Week is part of a national campaign that is being run by an organisation called ACRE, which is Action for Communities of Rural England. And they've driven this for a few years now. And this year's theme is Innovating for the Future. And it's running from the 24th to the 30th of January. So we've only got a couple of weeks. And GRCC is running a series of events on each of those dates from the 24th to the 30th for village and community halls, the trustee volunteers that run them, to come along and to learn about a whole range of different things under that theme of innovation.
So many village halls, so many community halls in Gloucestershire. Do we still love them? Are we still utilising these spaces as best we can in Gloucestershire?
Yes, we do still love them. We could be making more of them, certainly during the pandemic. And because of the pandemic, ironically, I think that the value of having that facility on your doorstep is ever so much more there. In an ironic way, it's actually done those village and community halls a favour and raised awareness about the value of something on your doorstep and how that can help give additional social activities, help keep you fit, help maintain your health and well-being, for example, and just on the social aspect of it, actually getting together with your neighbours, that people that live on your doorstep.
They've had to really step up to the mark recently. Community halls, spaces, village halls being used for vaccination centres and being modernised as well, adapting with the times. You know, we're hearing about places getting electric charging points for cars as well. Do these spaces need to do more to adapt to the times?
There is more that they can do, but just for your interest, Toddington Village Hall, which is in the Tewkesbury district, was the first hall to be as carbon neutral as it could be at the time of its build in the county. And in fact, it was nominated for a Royal Institute of British Architects Award because of that. And there are many, many other good examples where halls have incorporated ground source heat pumps, air source heat pumps, alternative energies, and when they've done those updates and repairs, have used local businesses as much as they possibly can. Lots have done more insulation, lots have done more double glazing. So there is a lot that can be done, but they've done so much more. And I think actually they've been leading the way in many respects.
I just wondered, is there any money out there, you know, if committees want to get together to make improvements, to make these spaces greener, more energy efficient? Are there grants out there for people to apply for?
It is tough. And, you know, having worked directly with community halls, village and community halls for quite some time, you know, you see the amount that was available when I first started at GRCC in 2000. And now what is available, you know, they were really lucky that the ACRE umbrella body that I referred to earlier on, that's running the National Village and Community Hall campaign, worked with DEFRA to launch a village hall improvement grant fund of about 3.2 million in total. And we were really lucky that some of our halls within the county were lucky enough to be recipients of those grant funds. But whether that will be replicated is another matter. And other than that, it is really tough, because we're not talking about a few thousand here and a few thousand there. There are small measures that we can all do, that village and community halls are already doing. But actually all of the renovations and ground source heat pumps, brown and grey water supply collection points, and so on, they take rather more amounts of money than is available. So it is tough.
As we know, Barbara, communities have changed and are changing, you know, whether we're talking about rural communities or urban communities. You know, these communities are made up of second homes, so people are not spending an awful lot of time in these areas, you know, just kind of parachuting in and out on holiday. And obviously they're not using the local services like their local community hall and village hall. what do you think could be done to encourage more people to use their village halls if they're just not around?
Yeah, I mean, that is an issue. It's a broader issue which impacts not just on village halls, to be frank. Halls are looking at new and different ways. For example, if they have included and become digitalised, ironically, so where they can offer a Wi-Fi service and a social activity alongside it. So Red Marley in the Forest of Dean, for example, put in air broadband because their internet connection is pants. And that made a significant difference for their community, and they have again second homes within that community.
I mean, me personally, we've had a couple of dealings with our local village hall here in Ebley, and I must say, if you've never considered hiring a village hall in recent years, it is so inexpensive, and it goes without saying, it comes with all the stuff, if you're putting on a little party, plates and teacups and a fully functioning kitchen. It's just a really, really good option, as an alternative to going to the pub or something like that. It's great, and it's right on your doorstep.
You will get better customer service if you want to see it in that way from the volunteers that run those village halls, because they care about the village hall and they will know you, especially if you're a second homeowner. They will want to get to know you. For those rural communities, that knowledge and that community knowledge and community connection is really important.
Just finally, Barbara, I know you shouldn't have favourites in your work, but are there any kind of star quality village halls and community halls in Gloucestershire that you'd like to highlight, really, their good work?
I am going to say that every single volunteer for a village or community hall, but particularly the village halls in Gloucestershire, need to have a huge, huge thanks, because nobody else thanks them. But I think for me, I'd like to make a special thank you to Tainton and Tiverton and Maura Norwood, who sadly has passed away, but she did such great work for Tainton and Tiverton for many, many years and has made a significant difference for that particular village hall. And I'd also like to draw attention to Arlingham Victory Hall. Is a particular gem for people to look at. It's lovely. It's got so much character. We've got others, Shipton, Hynham Community Centre Trust, the old chapel at Gotherington. That's a really great example of an asset that has been turned into something positive for the community. And Eastleach as well, tiny weeny little hall. It's just so valuable, and every single one of them. Just thank you.
Thank you very much to Barbara Pond from Gloucestershire Rural Community Council. And we were speaking earlier this week ahead of Village Hall Week.